Hello, Nick. How's it going in Kent?
Hi, Zelina. Yeah, it's good, thank you. It's a nice bright day. We've been getting outdoors, enjoying the space a bit, whilst trying not to get too close together.
Yeah, we all don't want to be locked down again,
No, ideally,
so be careful.
yeah,
All right. So the last time we spoke, we had a long conversation about this empathy to-do list, and it was a fascinating concept for me and for us to explore together. And I wondered if you could share a little bit more with the people who are listening, and is especially so for those of us either in professional services or many others in the helping profession, and also for leaders in organizations where their task is also to develop people, right, and to work with people. So tell me a little bit more about this empathy to-do list.
yeah. The empathy to-do list. I guess a lot of us are literally list makers. We make lists of things we're trying to achieve during the day, the week, whatever. We maybe do that for our work. We maybe do that for things we've got to do around the house or domestic business or whatever it may be. But I think under the current sort of crisis, that's doubled up. So we're trying to do more, particularly as you say, because of the business that we're in and the skills and so on that we have. We're trying to do more to help other people. We're trying to help other people in our business. We're trying to help our clients, particularly clients we can see might be really struggling with serious difficulties. And also, for example, I work with people in my community. So I feel like I want to do more for them. And I know it's a reaction to this sense that something big and difficult is going on, and I want to do something because of how that makes me feel. But I also realize I am creating this kind of super list, which has just been added to by this feeling of empathy towards other people.
Yeah, indeed. And quite often, when we, like you say, with the current situation of being thrown into kind of like a work from home, but also where global time zones, all meld into each other, and more so as well, this empathetic kind of feeling that we get from helping others sometimes distracts us, right? Makes us feel like we're doing something purposeful.
Yeah, I think that's right. This idea of having a real or a metaphorical list and crossing things off, each of those is that little dopamine hit that makes us feel better. And although it's kind of virtuous to want to help other people, there's also a tendency maybe to say, well, I can do some of those things, and that will make me feel like I'm helping. And it might actually, even though it comes from good motives, it might be taking away our perspective of being able to step back and say, hang on, how can I best help and be useful and have a positive impact at the moment? And that's a different question.
Yes. So what are some of the pitfalls you've seen or you've observed with this ongoing and never-ending empathy to-do list?
I think uh, I think one of the big things is people forget that you can't finish the list. So there's this sense of, so people can start to get ground down by the feeling that they've got an infinite, or even if they thought before they got an infinite amount of things that they needed to do, now they've got infinite plus.
Mm,
And so it can become tiring, become disheartening to have all this. And when it has that effect, then exactly the qualities that we need to be able to prioritize are actually taken away from us. We become more and more victims of this list,
yeah,
victims of the sense that they're just being too much to do, too many
correct,
different things to do as well.
correct. And so we also spoke, and you had some great sort of hacks or tips around how to hijack this kind of mental state, right? That we get ourselves caught in.
Yeah, there's a couple of those come from our familiar principles from our work, and so there may be no surprise. A big one is acceptance. It's just the ability to accept that there is potentially a huge amount of things that we could do. We're not going to do all of them, and that recognition makes us feel a certain way, and it can be uncomfortable. So to be able to recognize and stay with that discomfort rather than it taking us over, I think that's important. The ability to pause, to just take a step back, to let whatever's going on for you settle. And that might be just taking a short pause, just for 3 breaths or whatever. Or it might be a longer, more formal mindfulness breathing practice or something like that. And this is all about just allowing things to quieten down, take a better perspective. But with that also is the kind of body awareness of spending some time just tuning in to how our body responds to all this urgency, and to be able to spot that when it crops up again during the day. And then something I've learned from other people, from the groups of people we've been working with, especially over the last few weeks, is people talking about this third place or a third space that they, under kind of normal working, they had somewhere. They might not enjoy commuting, but when they were on the train or the bus, they were somewhere that wasn't work and wasn't home. And similarly, if they went out to get food during the day or whatever it might be. And I think a really important tip is to find some way, with all the home working and everything that's going on, to find that third space, to be able to create it in our minds, in the sort of ways I was talking about with those pauses and hacks. Or maybe we recognize practically we do have to find some way of negotiating space within our own home to do that.
Thank you, Nick. Those are really great reminders, right, around how we can maintain better mental hygiene and on an ongoing, sustainable way. And also to notice and be aware of this third space that we need to create, either within our minds or physically, right? Recreate that for ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to speaking to you again.
I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
See you.